Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, two teams come off tough losses.
With the beauty. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback. Throwing on first down. Harrell. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun. Harrell. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. And the sack parade continues. Remember last week, they had an astounding 8 sacks, another one there on the opening drive.
And they have the mentality of just attacking the quarterback in the pocket, no matter what. They're one of those teams that says, we play the run on our way back to the quarterback. And that philosophy works for them very well.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Harrell. They find some open field here. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. The Seahawks send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Old school defensive tackle play dictated just stood up and danced with the guy in front of you. And if a guy came near, tackle him. New school, you don't want to just dance. You want to get past him, get upfield, and make the play in the backfield. A big-time play there.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cummings trying for right, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24.
Oh, man, partner, this is something cornerbacks love to do, and that's outthink a quarterback. If you get a sense that they're going to throw a quick out route or a quick hitch, you can just lay back an extra yard or two, but then really put your foot in the turf and drive on the football. And here I think he baited the quarterback into the throw and made it pay off.
Tennessee offense making their way out onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. So second down, 3 yards to go now. Looking to throw. Harrell. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
I like what they were thinking on defense. Just guard the first down sticks. Don't let anyone pass that. Didn't matter whether they threw it or ran it. They just ended up rallying to the football in the running play and stopped them short of a 1st down.
They bring their punter out there now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a 1st down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Porter. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Operating from the gun. Harrell throwing middle, but it's incomplete. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Second down now after the incompletion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the two defensive tackles in a four-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business.
Five yards left for the offense. It's second down. From the gun, Harrell. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slam. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And past the 30 down to about the 27. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, an update from there. It's the Chargers out to an early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Off-play action. Harrell. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Porter. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. That's a matchup maybe they go back to their outer third of the field as this game continues.
Yeah, I think back to my high school coach, John Ford. He used to say when we got big plays early in a game or good plays, he'd always say, foul it away, lad, foul it away, because he'd want to come back to it later in a key situation. They may come back to this one a little more often than that.
Didn't he say laddie or did he say lad?
Yeah, it just depended on what he was feeling at the moment.
Okay, I thought that was the guy you told me about. He used to say laddie a lot.
Laddie, when you heard laddie, he was usually in a pretty good mood. Lad,
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
They'll go option on second down, right side. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a first down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. And the seemingly endless drive continues. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. So 1 quarter in the books on a cold December afternoon. 0-0 our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Alongside my broadcast partner Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. From the gun on 3rd down. Harrell, end zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Going to give this time to the tailback. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, 1 broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, Cummings got his man complete over the middle. That's Reeves. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Maybe a little sign of life here offensively, Charles. They get their first down. They didn't have any in quarter number 1.
And I think what we're seeing is great evidence of good scouting by both teams, right? Understanding what they like to do, their best plays, try and take those away early. So now we're seeing some adjustments, and they end up getting their first down.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
A nickel look by Seattle on 3rd down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Operating from the gun. Cummings. And he fires one, but incomplete.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something through the air. Instead, it results in an incompletion.
And on now is the punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
On 1st down, Harrell. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
To throw on 2nd down. Harrell. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. And they're on 3rd and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back in that situation, you're handed to the fullback, right? As we evolve, maybe you pitched it to your tailback. Now you spread the field, and you have your choices of where to throw it and complete it for a 1st down.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Harrell, wide open receiver, complete. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. the red zone now. They'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down.
Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a first and goal.
It's really come into vogue to talk about the different gaps that the defense tries to attack in an offensive line. And most of the time we're talking about blitzes. How many times have you heard double A-gap blitz? But where is the A-gap? It's the space between the center and the guards, either side. So when you're having a double A-gap blitz, it's two guys coming through that gap.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on first and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
They run a draw here on second down. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
From the gun, Harrell. This will be caught just inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal. And his kick here is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. And Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way in for the touchdown. And time for us to take a break here in the booth. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So he took that one at the 6. Returned it all the way to the end zone. An electric return it was. 94 yards to the house. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. On 1st and 10, Harrell will try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
To throw on second down. Harrell. Throw left side complete. That's Porter. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. The Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing on first down. Harrell. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. Looking to throw on second down. Harrell looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
On first down, Harrell. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Here we go now. 3-19.
To throw on second down, Harrell. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Final shot before break. Harrell. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best as that brings us to the end of this first half of play.
All right, Brandon, back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get you caught up on all the highlights from the first half. The Seahawks are happy to be in front right now and just want to play 2 more solid quarters. The Condors won't panic either. They know they just need to take it 1 play at a time. Offense now with the shot after the pick. Here the defense will come up with the pick. Landolt's the one who makes the pitch to give a boost to his defense. After the INT, offense comes out now. Lucas has got the sack here. This ends up as a loss of 9. Seahawks have it early in the second. Harold's going to complete the pass from the gun. And it leads to a touchdown as they take a 7-0 lead. Seahawks ready for the kickoff. The return will start from the 49. And this long run goes for a touchdown, cutting the deficit to 3.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Looking to throw on second down. Cummings. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Let's go!
To throw on second down, Harrell. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Let's go! Blue landed!
Operating from the gun. Harrell looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Porter. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. On 1st and 10, Harrell. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Well, that's 2 sacks in this game, so add that to the 4 from last week. I think that's 6.
Good math. Excellent math. And look, he's going to get all the attention he deserves. He got home and got the quarterback on the ground. But that's a concentrated team effort because you have a lot of guys who occupy blockers to allow him access to rush the passer.
Here we go. 3-19.
Looking to throw on second down. Harrell. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. And now here's a carry heading left. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now a handoff looking right. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. Spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
So they bring out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. And out now come the Seahawks. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
All right, here we go.
To throw on second down, Harrell. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The Seahawks on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6.
All right, here we go.
From the gun, Harrell. Throw left side complete. That's Porter. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Throwing on first down. Harrell firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 6 there on first.
Let's go. 3-19.
Looking to throw on second down. Harrell. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
Back to throw. Harrell. Under pressure, and down he goes.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And here now the offense heading back out there. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what do we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Off the play fake. Cummings. And this is incomplete. The offense on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Cummings. And now another one thrown incomplete. I don't know, he had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. And they'll send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
On 1st down, Harrell. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So the scoring dried up here in the 3rd. Nothing that quarter for either side. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Here we go now. 3-19.
To throw on 2nd down. Harrell. And the catch made by Walters. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
From the gun, Harrell. And he's got Walters. Big catch. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 9.
Operating from the gun, Harrell. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Throwing again. Harrell. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
3rd down here for the offense after the incomplete pass.
Let's go back there, Philly. Here we go.
From the gun, Harrell. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. He's looking for another 4-sack game. That's how many he had last week. That's his 3rd.
And when I watch him rush the passer, the thing that always comes to mind for me is how well he uses his hands. The martial arts stuff that a lot of guys do in the offseason to work on those, paying dividends for him. He's getting home in a big way.
The Seahawks send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain of 21 yards. First and 10. Cummings looking for his running back, and he's got him. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make it a second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Operating from the gun, Cummings. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's right. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. So here we go, first and 10 now. From the gun, Cummings. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Looking to throw on second down. Cummings. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for them. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners, who've had the receivers on lockdown.
On the NFL scoreboard, they are in the 4th now in Carson. Chargers have just stretched their lead with a score. If they hold on, it would be win number 10 for them on the year.
Let's go.
Throwing on first down. Harrell. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. To throw on second down. Harrell, throw left side, complete. It's Porter. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs.
Hurry up, here we go.
Looking to throw. Harrell. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Offense needs something here on 2nd down. It is 2nd and long. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he let him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. A give to the fullback on the dive. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. They bring their punter out there now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the... And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. To try here for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And a long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
First down. Cummings. Over the middle, complete. It's Reeves. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27. Fresh set of downs here. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Cummings, and he fires one incomplete. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. To throw again, Cummings. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Back to throw. Cummings. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So that drive spanned 5 plays. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Offense faces a 3rd and medium with 6 yards left. They'll try the option on 3rd down. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So a change of possession here on the punt. And now back out comes the offense. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect.
You know, every time we talk with people about the most important quality for a quarterback to have in the NFL, what do they usually cite?
Arm strength.
Yeah, that's really way down on the list. Accuracy is one of the bigger ones, maybe the foremost one. That's what he needed on that play.
And he comes back with 1 complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Back to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Second down here after the incomplete pass.
Here we go. 3-19.
Throwing again. Cummings. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Stops shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Cummings. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. So there's the spike as it comes with 23 seconds to go. And on 2nd and 10 now. Looking to throw. Cummings. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
Let's go. 3-19.
On 1st and 10, Cummings. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. A very solid gain of 27.
Blue 90.
Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And his kick is good. And that will tie things at 17 all. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well, because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle clean so he can run to the football and make a tackle. In this case, he introduced himself and said, "Hello, my name is Mike."
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. Finding his safety valve here, that's complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it second down. Nice job there, right, of just going through the progressions, finding the open man, even if it wasn't for a 25-yard gain.
Everything does not have to be spectacular. The mundane works pretty well in this league, as we just saw there.
Green 39.
Looking to throw on second down. Harrell. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And down he'll go at the 25. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If he makes someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Walters with a grab over the middle. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
One of the feature points of the end route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
They go play action here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So the defense gets to the quarterback. Now the offense backed up on second down. From the gun, Harrell. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Throwing on first down, Harrell. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be second down. Decent chunk of yardage still left here, 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 6 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Operating from the gun, Harrell. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Seahawks, the win is their 5th of the year as they move to 5-8. And they'll have another home date next week as the LA Rams come to town. Meanwhile, for Sacramento, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.